Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Moon card. This is your card. This is an energy that you are attuned to. So this week, it will not probably surprise you that you will be feeling a lot more reflective. You may also be really ruminating over partnerships, relationships and connections in some way, shape or form. Maybe some of you are thinking over partnerships and relationships that you've been in. Maybe some of you are thinking about somebody that you can't have. Maybe you're thinking about somebody that you want. Maybe you're thinking about the relationship that you're currently in. But either which way, partnerships, relationships, connections and collaborations will all be very much to the fore. This card as well, because it is your card as well, I often say to people, this can be a time of real high creativity. So if you find yourself like more creative, especially at nighttime, like if you're, looking over or into things and you're like, oh, okay, you know what? At nighttime, your mind might become more active or come alive. Just go with it, right? Follow it. How often do we have those innate pushes and pulses that pull us forward that we kind of say, oh, it's late, I should just go to bed? Sometimes get up out of bed and follow that impulse. Sit down with a pen and paper to see where it takes you, to see what ideas come to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, Rafi loves ya. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options this week, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of you could be reflecting this week over things that you've put a lot of time, effort and energy into. Some of you are going to be tempted to quit something this week, something that you've put a lot of time, effort, energy, possibly money and resources into. Do not quit. You will regret this, right? You guys know me. I never tell people what I think they should or shouldn't be doing. It's not my place. But this is one of those weeks where I'm breaking my own rules and I'm telling you, you should not quit. This is not one of those weeks, no matter what comes up, even when you have, even if you have a moment where you think, I can't be bothered, or I haven't quite, hit the big time that I wanted to or whatever. Do not quit, not at this moment, because you've got so much creativity that is just waiting to burst out of you, but you have to see it through to completion. For your communications and conversations, you have the Six of Swords. For some of you, there's a lot of thoughts here about a place that you have visited before, potentially a place overseas, or for some of you, this could be like an international place, because the Six of Swords tends to be like long distance travel, overseas travel, but it's somewhere that you've previously been before. For some of you, if you're not leaving the country, but you're still traveling, wherever you're going, it will be a place that is next to or near a large body of water. So this suggests to me that you're spending time somewhere that is naturally very beautiful. Now, in terms of your communications, the Six of Swords does suggest that things could be improving in that area. Coupled with the Moon card, you could literally be talking to people from your past, people that you have been friends with, people that you've lived with, maybe that you went to school with. There's a lot of connections to places and people from your past this week. When it comes to your for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, you could be picking up an old subject this week, something that you've studied before, or maybe you're revising this week. A lot of you could be doing that. Maybe you're getting prepared or gearing up for some kind of what's the word? Oh, come on, brain. Maybe you're gearing up for some kind of, maybe not exam, but definitely consolidation of all of your knowledge and your skills. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this would be a really good week for you to lay low, all right? There could be a few ripples and waves that are made within the job this week. So I would say just hang back, do the observation bit rather than getting into the fray. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is not a week to quit, all right? This is a week to put your foot down. This is a week where you've got to add more juice, more throttle, more energy, more passion, more power, more of everything, all right? This is not a week to hold back. Whatever your business might be, you have to give it extra this week. And when you do, even if you're tired at night and something comes to you, this might be a moment at which you have to really, what's the word that I'm looking for? It might be a week where you have to really kind of, almost like, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like you have to put more, not consideration, but it's like in order to get this next sort of sweet spot of creativity out of yourself, you have to put more in, all right? So more effort. If you've been slacking somewhere in your business or in your life, you'll know, because I'll be talking, like, you'll know if I'm talking to you because you'll be feeling it right now as I'm saying it. If that is the case and you want that next wave of creativity or that next wave of the big thing for you, your business, your products, your service, this week you've got to hit that throttle. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, honestly, I feel like a lot of you are looking further afield, like the pastures are greener elsewhere. So some of you could be planning a long distance move or potentially an international one. For your love and relations, you've got the Five of Cups. This is an ending, a completion, or a culmination of some sort. This, because you've got it with the Moon card as well, for those of you that were reconnecting with a past love or somebody that, you know, for those of you that are single, if you were reconnecting with somebody from your past or maybe thinking about rekindling in a relationship, this week you could realize, you know what, it's in the past for a reason and I'm not going down that path. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, and in fact for all Pisceans, I wouldn't be surprised if is either new, and this seems to come up a lot for a lot of the later signs. So I think it's like Capricorn, Aquarius, and now Pisces all have the potential to be hearing about a passing this week. I really hope I'm wrong on this front. Now, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is something that you and a significant other had planned for maybe sooner rather than later that is probably not going ahead this week, all right? So maybe some sort of travel plan is distorted, maybe some kind of travel or movement plans are pushed back in some way. There's nothing wrong with that, and actually it might be a good time to kind of sit still, certainly for the rest of this week. After obviously the 2nd of October, Mercury will then be direct, so things will be a bit clearer for everybody. For your money and materials, you have the Seven of Wands. You've got two sevens. Two sevens represents news. So some piece of information that you're gaining around money, finances, and resources this week could see you getting really honest about your money, your finances, where your money and finances are actually going. This could be a time where a lot of you are reassessing what you're spending your money on, and more importantly, for some of you, this could literally be that you're pulling your financial support back or away from somebody who maybe you've been supporting for far too long and can do that for themselves. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your immune system. So this week, I'm going to say to you, Pisces, especially because you've got your Moon card as the key to the week, and your sign rules the lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system has a lot to do with your immune system. This week, action, energy, passion, movement. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. I'm not diagnosing anything. What I am saying is looking after your immune system this week is going to be vital. And one of the easiest ways to support your lymph system is literally to move more. With that said, when it comes to your home and environment, there could be an argument or a challenge that comes into the home this week that actually has nothing to do with you. So it might be kind of like, you know, something kicks off or something takes place and you're like, well, okay, why am I now having to deal with this? Why am I now having to hear about this when it actually has nothing to do with me? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. It could also be as well an old family dispute that comes up. It's like you've had this argument before, or well, not you, because like I said, this is like something that you're having to deal with that's come up before that actually has nothing to do with you. It's like, why am I still dealing with this crap when quite frankly, it's got nothing to do with me? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. This is a week to cleanse. the mind, the body, the spirit, the direction and the destiny. And it's also a moment to really put your foot on the pedal, because there is a whole new wave of creative energy that's trying to come to you that will bring you results and rewards, but you have to be in that wave. You have to be on it, riding it, in order for it to bring you the good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.